Anton in the building. You know, got Taylor here behind the scenes.
Hey.
And it's just like we ready for this day. It's been a long day. We done went through some hurdles today, but we here. We ready to knock this day out. And I'm glad to have this guy in the building. And before I introduce him, I just want to talk to people real quick. Just a quick conversation about just communication. Communication is one of those tools you want to develop early. And I always felt you start with the babies and you start with your kids growing up. And, you build yourself up. Like communication is just not talking to your kids. It's talking to people at work. It's understanding how to talk to your mate. It's about talking to bill collectors or whoever it is. And I feel like a lot of us need to do a better job at just communicating, understanding that the way you speak to your kids is not the way you speak to your coworkers.
Absolutely.
The way you coach your players is not the way you're going to talk to your woman. Exactly. The way that, communication is different at every different situation is different. So the way you talk to your kids is how you talk to your kids. The way you talk to your boss is the way you talk to your boss. The way you talk to coworkers, the way you talk to whoever your woman or your guy. Like, we have to do a better job at understanding that and just always making sure that we giving that person respect, whoever it is. Because if it's your kids, you want them to respect you. You want to respect your kids. Like, it's a certain level of understanding, and you help teaching them. It's going to help them be productive in their communication skills. So when they go to work, or if they own basketball or football teams, they know how to present themselves. They know how to talk about situations. They know how to articulate themselves, and they just know how to be productive. So everybody, ask yourself today, am I a good communicator? And really be serious and honest with yourself. Ask yourself, you guys, I want y'all to, this week, just pay attention to the way how you communicate with people, whether it's your friends, family, your kids, your mate. Like, ask yourself that question and really pay attention this week. And if it's some stuff you need to do better, feel free to do it better. Like, we want to be better. And this show is all about being better, doing better. So this week, just kind of pay attention to that. That's my task for you guys for the week. And I'm going to do the same thing, even though I pay attention to everything because I'm a Virgo. So I pay attention to all that stuff. So I'm still working on being better and doing better. So, make sure you guys doing that. And that's the way to level up, is to just take accountability for stuff and just work on that. This guy know firsthand about communicating. He has to. So with that being started, I'm gonna ask everybody how their week been. Taylor, how's your day? How your week been?
My day, I'm tired. But my week has been good. I just been going to work.
Okay. Ain't it funny how young people say they tired?
You ain't allowed to get tired.
Exactly. They ain't even the beginning yet. But
right. I be staying up late. That's why I be staying up late.
Yeah, okay. Well, you on summer break right now, so you allowed to do that. But yeah, you young. You really don't know what tired is yet. It's just the beginning. What about you, my guy? How your week been?
Man, my week been great. With family and friends and coaching as usual.
Okay.
So it's always a good week for me.
Okay. And my week was good, man. I've kind of chilled on the overtime, just been relaxing, chilling, spending quality time with my sons, and just really being productive in things, not just being busy to be busy, but being busy and productive.
Right.
That's the difference, and that really matters. But I wanted you on to get today because, and I wanted this guy to be on this show today because I've had plans on him being on the show because the whole thing of doing this show is understanding who I want to be on, and the whole thing just be kind of timing after that because I pay attention to social media, I pay attention to conversations, I pay attention when I'm going out with people, and I've always have a plan on who I want on and why I want them on. And the reason why I wanted this guy on is because, the respect level, the respect I have for this guy is a high. Because long as I've known him, he always been a happy, positive, funny, cool dude. Whether it's us playing sports, whether it's us working together, whether it's us meeting up and hanging out at spots, whether it's just connecting, talking on social media, he's always been a stand-up guy, man. Like, him and his brother has always been cool. I was older than them guys, so I feel like I watched them grow up. And it's like, it's good to be proud of people, you know, because I'm older than y'all guys. I'm 40, be 43 this year. So
yeah,
it's
man,
like,
that's real old.
I'm old, but I embrace it because I don't look it.
35,
So.
Man. God.
I know. That's why I say I was older than y'all. By the time when I was hooping with y'all, I was driving, bringing the kid.
Right.
So it's just like to see y'all get to this point, man, and just see like, because we still work with Tom, you know, and it just made me proud to see you doing the stuff you doing, man. Like, you a great father, you a good man, like you a stand up dude, man. And I'm proud of you,
man.
and I've just been
that.
watching you behind the scenes, throwing my little likes on, telling you I want you on the show, and I made it happen like I said I was gonna do. And you know, today is about giving you your flowers, man.
Oh, I appreciate that.
You know, it ain't about trying to get you in trouble behind the camera. It's about praising you and just showing you that I appreciate what you doing. I appreciate the man you is. I appreciate how you handle situations. I appreciate the brother you are. And I appreciate you, my guy.
Appreciate you too, man.
Have a great show, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
So the main reason why I wanted you on is because I've been paying attention to you, man. You've been doing your thing coaching. You know, football. I saw you with the ladies, the young ladies.
Oh, yeah, yep.
You know, I saw you do your thing with them, get them where they need to be.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
I saw you with the football, with the boys doing your thing, and then I saw you. The basketball was just like, okay, he different. Because everybody can be good here and there. Everybody can make stuff happen, but can you be good at every job? Can you be good at every level? And you've been doing your thing, man. I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I've been doing all right. I ain't quite there yet, but I'm getting there.
You doing your thing, man. I even watch YouTube videos, watch you play, watch you coach. Saw some of your players. Like, you've been doing your thing, man. So what made you, when did you figure out that you wanted to be a coach?
Honestly, I never thought I would be a coach.
Never?
I didn't think that was going to be my avenue. Okay. I thought I was going to always be a player.
Okay.
And I just remember the times my coaches and what my coaches meant for me growing up. And I just wanted to give that back to some of these kids out here, you know, especially from the neighborhood I'm from.
Yeah.
You know, I'm from the red zone, 48205, and that ain't one of the best neighborhoods.
Not at all.
But, you know, you got to be tough to come up from over there, man. But my thing is I just wanted to help the kids from where I was from. You know, I done had coaching jobs offered to me in other places, but just the red zone is just home, man. It's home for me. So I kind of just like stuck around that area.
Okay.
Yep.
That's dope. So like starting off, like explain to us the process. Like if somebody wanted to be a coach or you thought about being a coach, or you kind of going back and forth thinking about it. Like, what's the process of what's the steps you take to try to be a coach?
In all honesty, man, you just got to make sure your heart is in it. Just make sure that you come in with the right type of energy. Everybody is not going to be a head coach to start off. You might just be an assistant coach, or you might just be a volunteer coach. It's really up to your skill level and what you know as far as a coach, and then being able to tolerate dealing with other people, kids, adults. You know what I'm saying? You got your supervisors, which is your principals, or, you know, anybody of that nature. So, if you want to go through those avenues, though, if you're really looking to be a coach, it's a lot of coaching jobs that's out there, but be dedicated to your craft and what you're trying to do as far as a coach. If you really want to be involved, get involved. Be in it for the right reason. Everybody can't do it for a check, you know. But me personally, even though I get paid to coach, man, I do it for free. Yeah. In all honesty, all my money go right back to the kids, whether it's buying equipment, stuff like that, uniforms. I've done it all.
Okay. So before I get my next question in, man, shout out your school, man. Shout out your team, your coaches. Shout out
Osborn High School, Red Zone, 7 Mile of Hoover. Y'all know what it is.
So, so you were saying, like, basically, like, as far as the process, like, how is the people that you work for and work with? Like, how's your support system, as far as, like, the principal? Like, do you guys got a good relationship?
We got a pretty decent work relationship. I work my regular 9 to 5, and then I go up to the school afterwards, so we don't see each other too much in traffic. in passing.
Yeah.
But it's definitely respect is there. When I come through the building, they show me love. They allow me to do the things that I need to do without it being an issue and stuff like that. So it's pretty good. I appreciate the whole staff at Osborn, especially the athletic director, Tanisha Pulliam. Okay. She's the reason why I'm back at Osborn coaching and doing the things that I'm doing.
That's what's up. All right, so talk to me now. I know you work with, like I was talking, I started off talking about communication and just, being able to communicate with people and everything. Like, if you was to talk to me about your style of communication, like, how is your style of communicating? Are you a yeller? Are you like?
I'm not really a yeller, man. I'm more of a
patient, understanding.
I'm a more patient teacher type of person. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because I got a coach on my staff, Coach William Motley, and he's that drill sergeant type of guy.
Good.
You know what I'm saying?
Keep the balance.
Me personally, I'm that guy that's going to teach the kids and try to get an understanding because I know what it's like to come up from that neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I know the reaction when I had coaches just yelling at me all day, I didn't respond well to them. Yeah. So I try to be the coach that I didn't like. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not I didn't like, but I try to be the coach that, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't used to. You know what I'm saying? A better version of the coach that I wanted to have. Yeah. So that's how I looked at it. But no, I'm more of the teacher type of coach. All my other coaches is like drill sergeants, get on the line, run. You know what I'm saying? I do that too, but to a certain extent. I wanna it's a lesson to be learned for me.
Yeah. Now that's dope because I look at it like parenting.
Yeah.
Like you gotta have a one strict parent, you gotta have a parent that you go to and you kinda can talk to and just explain yourself to in a clear understanding.
Yeah, and the reason why I do that because it's bigger than the game. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people make it about basketball, but any kid that ever played for me can tell you, like, coach is always bigger than the game. He knows that. Like, I can go talk to coach about anything. I'm going through some real life problems. I got kicked out at home, or, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. I done got kicked out, stuff like that. So kids be going through stuff, and they be wanting to talk to people, but they don't know how. Yeah. And they don't never really have that person that listens to them. And I try to be that avenue for some of my kids. Yeah. So they know they can reach out to me whenever. It don't matter what time of the day. I done had kids hit me up 3 o'clock in the morning. Coach, I'm stranded. I need a lift. You know, I send them the money, send them a lift, whatever the case may be. Yeah. It all depends on the scenario.
Yeah, cause and this right here, I'll be vulnerable and honest, like I am always. But like when I was watching something with Coach K, and I was hearing his players talk about and these grown men now. Right. So me seeing and hearing the stories about him, and I'm not a Duke fan. I'm a Michigan fan. Right. Basketball, I love the Spartans. I go for Michigan.
Hey, don't say that again on this podcast. We do not go for the Spartans on this podcast. We go for the Wolverines.
I'm an Izzo guy, man.
We Wolverines here.
I'm gonna tell you how bad I am, and it should be it should be a category for me. I'm Izzo in basketball. And I'm hardball in football. I'm back and forth.
Oh man, that's terrible.
I'm terrible. I'm terrible, man. I know I'm terrible because I've always been a Michigan football guy. Right. Always. Like since a fucking baby. So I've never abandoned them no matter how many games we win or how many times we lose to Ohio State. That's what we won. I was in tears. Like, yes. So football all day.
Right.
I love the 5-5. I mess with the basketball too, but not when Izzo came. Yeah, it was just something different about Izzo. And ever since Izzo came, because I never rooted for the Spartans until Izzo came. So ever since Izzo been there, that's been my team, man. Okay, I love that guy because I feel like that's kind of like what I was saying about Coach K and Izzo, and even with you, like. I love to hear players talk about their coach and they still have relationships. Like even with Kareem, like him and Wooden still had a relationship. Grant Hill and Coach K. Even NBA players like who didn't go to college, LeBron, Kobe, D Wade, they speak highly about Coach K, and I love that. Like when I hear that relationship, because it's cool that you coach me when I play, but do we still have a relationship after? Right. Like I'm a man now. I need marriage advice. I'm thinking about proposing. I'm thinking about having a baby. I'm getting in trouble at home. How can you help me? How can you make me a better man? Because I feel like once I come to you, we connected for life. Right. That's how I would do it. And that's how you
I
do
look
it.
Yep.
Yeah,
I do it the same way.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I'm giving you my trust that I'm gonna be there from the beginning to the end. And to kids, that's important. Right. That's the one thing I learned about being a father. When you show them I'm in it from the beginning to the end, good, bad, and different, whatever, you can count on me. You can trust me. You can understand that whatever I'm saying, and that's one thing my sons can always say, whatever I'm saying, you know it's for your well-being. Exactly. It ain't no selfish reasons. Right. Like I tell my sons, whatever you do is what you do. Like, that's your life. My shit good. Like, I was a good kid. I had good grades. I'm doing good in life. I'm blessed. Right. So I want you to be blessed and you to feel this and you to feel that and live some of them moments. Now, it's a marathon.
Right.
I'm never going to compare my race to somebody else's race.
Exactly.
But I do want you to understand, be healthy when you run. Be happy when you run. Make sure you working hard. Make sure you doing this because your life and everything you do is steps in creating your happiness for years down the line.
Right.
So what you doing, that's why I appreciate it because it's like you, unlike a lot of these people to the side, they just talking.
Exactly.
You actually doing it.
Man, I'm trying.
And these kids different. These ain't like us or my generation, your generation.
Look, we was just talking about this, me and my culture staff. Like right now, this is what I'm going through. I got the gym open. And I can only get 7 or 8 guys to show up. Now, if this was back in 2003, 2004, it'll be 100 kids in the gym trying to get in there.
They girls.
The whole neighborhood will be in the gym.
Yes.
Man, these kids are just different. I don't understand it. I really don't.
Man,
I be trying to understand
gym?
Gym wide open, come open run, work on your craft, and 8, 9 guys maybe show up at the most. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
When we use that open gym, man, I'm talking about the whole neighborhood.
Yes. Everybody
kids coming from the west side on the bus coming to play. So that's crazy to me.
Because we look forward to that open run. And we wanted to be, as much as we like the outside, we wanted that inside run.
Man, what?
That's crazy.
Yeah, these kids just maybe they some indoor babies or something. They just like being at home playing video games.
Man, I don't know. And that's another thing, man. The video games.
See, you know what it is? Our parents was different. Our parents used to push us outside. Go ahead, get out there and get it. You know what I'm saying? Don't come back till the street lights come on.
Yeah.
That's the kind of parents we had.
Yeah.
But now it's like, these kids, they in the house all day. AC, internet, they ain't doing nothing but chilling all summer. They ain't got to go outside.
Seeing a difference, another thing too, like we took pride in working out, our bodies
all the time.
Being cut up, doing whatever.
Yeah.
Like these kids, like they don't
want to work. They just
like,
want the rewards for it. They just want to hoop.
They just think it's just, and then they think everything just fall in their lap. Like it don't got to be no work for it. I'm just gonna be Steph.
Right.
You know how hard Steph and LeBron work? Man. KD, you know how hard they work? Like, that's what I be telling my sons. Like, man, anything you do, when you work out, you have to work harder than everybody else.
Exactly. And that's what I stress to my kids.
Man, Kobe and Jordan worked harder than everybody, and they was the best.
Right.
That's why I really don't, like, even when I heard Kobe talking about, I don't see how guys go on vacation with other guys or whatever, or, we get back to it. I respected that.
He said that?
Yeah, he said, no, I ain't going on vacation. Yeah, he told people, like.
From that banana boat team.
Yeah, he like, no, I ain't going on vacation with nobody. He like, because I never want to leave nothing hanging or say, I wish I would have did this, did that. Because he looked at it like, your off season ain't your off season. It's preparation to be ready the next time.
Right.
Like even when I heard him and Jay Will's story, and Jay Will was like, man, I got in there early thinking I'm gonna beat him. And this motherfucker was in there like all day and wouldn't leave. And then like lift weights, did a full workout and still did his thing.
But you know what though? I think I got that kind of mentality when it comes to coaching. Yeah. When I'm locked in, bro, I'm in the lab.
That's good.
Like I ain't gonna lie to you, and I'm gonna give you a scenario. We was playing against Denby.
Okay.
Now, the first go-around, they whooped us.
I saw that game.
They whooped us bad.
It was bad.
And I was sick. I couldn't believe it. And you know what it was? We didn't have a couple players, but that shouldn't have affected the game that bad. But I couldn't sleep when I found out, when I got the playoff bracket and they said Denby was on the clock. I could not sleep, bro. I stayed up for probably that whole week just game planning. I mean, kids be gone home at 6 o'clock. I'm not leaving the school till 9 because I'm watching film and I'm just game playing every day. Like, I get to work, I can't even focus on work because I'm still thinking about this game. Yeah. Like, I'm obsessed with my team being successful, and that's the kind of stuff that I just be on. My mentality, I got that Kobe mentality when it comes to coaching.
Always, I see it. Because when I watched that game, see, that's why I teach my sons. When I saw that game, I said, he about to be on them. He about to be on them. Because it was like y'all was making like little mistakes. Y'all turning it over so much. Y'all was doing stuff that when I watched other games, y'all weren't doing. So I knew y'all could correct them things. So when y'all played them again, I already knew y'all was going to beat them. I'm like, because I saw it. I saw the little turnovers. I saw the things y'all was doing defensively. And I'm like, watch when they play them again. And when y'all played them again, y'all did y'all
we showed up in that playoff game, and it was crazy. It was my first playoff win as a head coach. So, I mean, in all honesty, man, I just wanted to beat those guys. And I do want to give a shout out because I did have like 4 or 5 guys that played over there for Denby that played for me in middle school. Yeah,
I remember you talking about that.
I'm like, man, it's just like, man, I got to beat up on my babies. You know what I'm saying? But, at the same time, it's on game day, we ain't family, but afterwards, I still love.
Exactly. No, that's dope though. But yeah, and that's when I knew, because like I said, I pay attention. Like, especially when people doing something dope, like I pay attention. Like I watched, I saw in that game, I was like, he gonna be on them. They gonna do their thing. Mm-hmm. And then that's when you just show what type of your character and what type of man and everything. And even when you said that about the other kids, you was like, I think you posted a picture or something, and it was just like, these my guys. And I was like, man, that's dope. Like, that's dope. Like, that's something you don't see every day. We need to highlight that stuff.
See, with me, man, once you become family with me, you always family. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what school you go to. And I'm going to give you another scenario. One of my best players named Stephen Teasley.
Okay.
I love this boy like my son.
That's what's up.
This is a kid I took home every day from school. We got school on the east side, but he lived west. I'm taking him west every day.
Okay.
But I love this kid like my son.
That's dope.
And he transferred, came to play for me at Osborn. He got into the school, and he was like, Coach, I don't really like it here. Yeah. So I had to tell him, and now this is one of my best players. I'm like, you got to do whatever makes you happy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to control your destiny. If you're not happy here, I understand if you want to leave. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And he chose to go back, and play for the school he was at previously. You know what I'm saying? So, it wasn't no hard feelings or nothing like that. I always want the best for my kids. I don't care where you go. You ain't got to play for me to be great.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
that's
always about me. It's never personal.
Yeah.
A lot of these coaches and athletic directors and stuff, they take it out on kids when they want to transfer, stuff like that. I don't do that type stuff. If a kid want to leave, if he feel like that's a better scenario for him, I wish you the best. You know what I'm saying? I don't try to control no kid. And we ran into that issue because I had a few kids that was trying to transfer from Harper Woods.
Okay.
And the athletic director was like, if you guys go over there, you won't play this year. And I'm looking like, why would you want to do that to some kids?
Yeah.
I don't understand guys, but, it ain't for me to understand.
Yeah.
I just understand that everybody ain't like me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just leave it at that. So.
Yeah. No, that's a fact. That's a fact, but that's dope. So, when did you fall in love with basketball? Playing? Like, when did you fall in love with basketball? Whether it's watching, both of them. Tell me when you fell in love watching it and playing it.
So I'm going to be honest. I love basketball, but football is my first love.
Yeah, football, man.
So I feel like I cheated on football a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I love basketball too, but when I realized I wasn't getting no taller than 6'1", it was over for me for the position that I play. So I was like, yeah, football going to be my sport. Yeah. But I fell in love with the game at an early age. I want to say about 6 or 7 years old. And I had some great coaches in elementary school, man, that really, they gave me that oomph, that dog. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A guy named Mr. Clark and Mr. Brooks. These guys was my elementary basketball coaches over at Chandler, right there on McClellan and Gratiot over that way.
Okay.
We was the Chandler Warriors, man. I'm telling you, we had probably one of the best elementary basketball teams of all time. At least in my book, my opinion. Our biggest rivalry was Cooper, but that's another story. They had a guy named Baby Shaq. I ain't gonna never forget. He was probably 8 feet in the 5th grade. It was crazy. That was a grown man. But other than that, yeah, man, I had some great coaches in my lifetime that really steered me in the right direction, and that love that they had for the game, it kind of just fell on me and made me have love for the game. So, yeah, that was the reason why I really, that's how I fell in love with the game, just playing the game and being involved and seeing people who really cared about me and pushing me to be great. So,
yeah, because it's just like, man, like, even when I first met you and your brother and the guys, like,
we were superstars.
Y'all was doing y'all thing.
We were superstars.
Y'all was traveling, like, y'all had the whole little setup. Y'all had the whole crew. Hey, y'all had y'all.
When we pulled up on the scene, people was getting in their cars going home. They ain't want no smoke.
And look, and then that's what made me respect y'all more, because I would see people be like, oh shit, they come. You gotta get the brothers on the same team. You and that mellow shit.
Oh, you remember, huh?
I remember. Like,
everybody, look, my name is not Coach Bradford. It's really Shaq Mello.
He was Shaq
Everybody
Mello
knows Shaq Mello from east to west. You could get the post game like Shaq, or you could get the finesse game like Mello. Whatever you want.
You used to say that shit so much.
I had the whole world saying that for
man,
a minute.
That guy, man. But that's what got me to really appreciate you and your brother, man. Because your brother, one of the nicest players I seen on the court, man. Your brother was nice.
Yeah, he was super athletic too.
Man, your brother was nice, man. Then what I liked about y'all, you get them players, and everybody play with these players that want to argue, mess up the game, cheat, call calls. Y'all was like me. Nah, he said foul, he got fouled. Keep it going. Oh, they said point, they got that point. Yeah. We'll win. Yep. Y'all just was so confident in y'all ability, and that's how I've always been. That's why when y'all played against my teams, it was like, nah, he called foul. That's his fault. His ball. Like, we always kept the game going because we care more about winning the right way.
Right.
And other people didn't, because it's outside. Everybody's showing off for their friends. Everybody trying to humiliate people, embarrass people, show off in front of girls or whatever. But I respected that y'all came and it was strictly about us dominating. Like, y'all came with females sometimes. Y'all came with the crew. And y'all never was like one or two. It was always a group of y'all. And it was just like...
Yeah, we definitely was coming with a 5.
Y'all definitely had your own 5
Definitely had a 5 coming. We wasn't playing with no scrubs.
No, but y'all had the whole team full of people. Like, you and your brother was good. And Tone don't remember that time, but Tone was nice. But y'all had the one wild guy that was my man, that was funny, that used to make us laugh. But he definitely was the worst one on the team. But y'all came with y'all.
That was probably my cousin, Donovan.
Yeah, y'all had the whole team.
Play defense, wild guy.
Yes,
yeah, that's my cousin.
Y'all had 2 of them. Y'all had my mans that worked at the job with us for a minute. That was my guy. I can't remember his name. Dark skinned guy.
Trying to think.
Damn, he worked at the job with us for a minute.
Was it James?
I can't remember his name. He was a dark skinned guy. He was wild and silly, and he was like a hustle guy. He was like a defense hustle guy. He worked at Android with us.
I'm trying to think. Damn, we had quite a few guys that I used to hoop with that worked at Android.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, yep.
I knew it was Tom, my man, and you. I ain't know it was nobody else.
Yeah, it was quite a few guys that I used to play with, like in Crossing. Some out in the suburbs, some in the city. Okay. You know how that go.
Yeah,
but we played everywhere, man. We didn't care. If it was a basketball court, we was pulling up.
And we ran into each other a couple of spots, Joe D, another parks over there. Yeah. It was just always all love. Like, man, I always wanted to beat y'all. I was like, yeah, y'all bring y'all ass on.
Yeah, man. A lot of teams wanted that to happen, man. But
I got y'all now. We ain't gonna act like my record wasn't good. My record was good against y'all.
I don't know about that. We ain't take too many losses.
My record was good against y'all.
Man. Not with the
I'm
Super
not gonna
Crew.
say I always dominated y'all, but I won a lot of times.
You probably won a 1-on-1 match, but you ain't win that game.
I won games against y'all. I remember, you know what you used to call me too, Gilbert. You used to be like,
oh yeah, that was your nickname,
yeah,
Gilbert.
You and your brother.
Yeah, you did.
Look, I used to, man,
little hibachi. Yeah.
Man, I used to light it up.
Yeah,
that's when that shot and that drive was deadly. Like, I used to be like, man, they coming. Dusty, everybody, shout out to all y'all at that park. Like, we had good times at that park.
Oh yeah,
man.
yep.
Great times. We definitely had good times at that park. So talk to me about let's talk about sports for a minute. Let's talk about football. Let's talk about who is your football team? Who is your basketball team?
My football team is wherever Tom Brady go.
I ain't mad at
I roll with the GOAT. I've been riding with the GOAT. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I was a Patriots fan before he got there.
Yeah,
I'm talking about with Drew Bledsoe.
Was it Bledsoe? See,
Curtis Martin, all them guys. You feel me?
That's when I went when Bledsoe was there. He was one of my favorites.
Yeah, but when Brady got there, Michigan guy, I was like, yeah, I'm rolling with him.
I say that every time. He a Michigan guy.
Michigan guy. I gotta roll with him.
Yeah, that's always gonna be my favorite player.
Now basketball is different for me because my franchise is always gonna be the Lakers.
Yeah,
since Magic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kobe is my favorite player all time.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I don't care what nobody say. Kobe better than Jordan. I'm gonna say that. Yeah, you can say that. I don't want to hear that GOAT stuff. You know what Kobe do? That Mamba mentality was next level.
Different.
But so Lakers is my favorite franchise. But right now, my favorite team is a toss up between the two teams who was in the finals. Okay, and that's the Celtics and the Warriors.
I ain't mad at that. Great teams. And then I love all them players individually. Like I'm a big believer in, and me and my cousins and everybody, my friends in our group chat argue about this all day. I'm more of a Jaylen Brown than Tatum. I love Tatum.
I don't know, man.
I love Tatum, but I'm more Jaylen Brown, man. Jaylen Brown always deliver. He's just under the radar. Tatum get more recognition.
True. So, yeah, and this how they. It's crazy because I seen ESPN, but it was the same thing I was telling some coworkers of mine.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum is like the Lamborghini.
He is. Big Perk was saying that.
Yeah. He like the Lamborghini. You know what I'm saying? And Jaylen Brown is the workhorse. He that F-150. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get his. It may not be pretty, but he gonna get his.
He gonna get it. And that's what, to me, that's what I look at as a player. Like, when I think of my favorite players, and that's why I was a Kobe dude.
Right.
Because what I loved about Kobe is he don't have a weakness. And then, to me as a basketball player, the most thing you could have, to me, that's top of the line that we don't talk enough about, killer instinct.
Right.
Can you do it when it matters?
Right.
And that's my knock on LeBron. I'm a LeBron fan. I love LeBron. But I feel it's disrespectful when we compare him and Kobe and him and Jordan because of the killer instinct.
Exactly. He ain't got it.
You can't, no, man. Like, first of all, neither one of us never been in the NBA. People we know ain't never been in the NBA. But the thing we understand in basketball, because basketball, it ain't about being in the NBA. It's about understanding. And if you play the game, you understand. Can I get this guy the ball? Because we all know. Can I get this guy the ball with point on the line and he gonna deliver? That's a whole nother stress, worry, pressure, everything.
Right.
Can he make that bucket? And if you can't make that bucket, how can I argue about you being a top person?
Exactly.
Like, how can I argue? Because, like I tell people, LeBron fans and people that I go back and forth with, if your life on the line, I go that serious. If your life on the line, do you want the ball in LeBron's hands, or do you want it in Kobe and Jordan?
That's definitely going.
I feel confident with Kobe and Jordan.
Kobe could take that last shot from me all day.
God, whatever meant to be, I trust Kobe. And I trust you. I trust you and I trust Kobe. So whatever Kobe do with this ball, I'm going to live and die with it. Right. But LeBron, even his own fans,
you know what he going to do? He going to pass.
See, and that's not an option. That's my problem. Passing ain't an option.
You know what? I'm gonna say this though. You know what it is though. LeBron do get a lot of hate, but I think his biggest problem, man, is failure. He don't want to take on that responsibility of being responsible for that last shot.
That's the thing.
So that's why he passed.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
By
he don't want to be
coaching,
that guy.
being a player.
Now, I'm not saying that he ain't never had no buzzer beaters or nothing like that. But come on, man, that playoffs against the Spurs, man, they should have been done.
Exactly.
Ray Allen saved them.
Exactly.
Ray Allen saved them, man.
All-star games, all types of time. It happens every time with him. Even when the point, like, to me, I was pissed at LeBron like 1,000 times. All-star games, everything. With Kobe told him you should have shot. My biggest one is with that J.R. Smith happened.
Exactly.
Because we all play basketball.
Exactly.
That ball should have never been passed. You can't blame the one guy, I forgot his name, used to play with the Spurs. You can't blame him or JR because the ball should have never touched their hands. We give you millions to make the shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Not to pass the ball.
Exactly.
I don't care if the whole team back here and he by himself. You shoot that shot.
Exactly.
We pay you to shoot that shot.
You get the most money on the team. We expected you to take that shot.
We don't know, man. And then we know what that is. When you play sports, you understand somebody trying to pass off that feeling of you lost us the game.
Right.
Because we all play this. We all play football and basketball.
Right.
If you drop the game-winning catch or you don't throw the perfect pass, you got to live with that.
Yeah, that's that failure. That's what I'm talking about.
Failure.
Can't live with it.
You got to live with it. You know what I mean? And you know how many times I said, look, I'm taking this shot. If we win, we win. We lose, we lose. But when you understand how to take that and say, I'm going to deal with whatever comes with after that. And that's why when they throw up them, oh yeah, Kobe and Jordan got this many LeBron percentages good. If it's less and it's efficient, of course his shit gonna be better than theirs.
Exactly.
They take it every time.
Right.
So you looking at the percentage this way, I'm looking at it this way.
Right.
Are you willing to take that shot? Have you made that shot? The moment. Like, can you picture in the playoffs, you in the Staples Center, 2 seconds with the ball in your hand, you gotta make that shot. Like I told people, this guy is. The reason why he different is who the fuck scored 60 points in his last game?
Right.
And if you watch that game, he started off terrible. Terrible.
Man, he picked the perfect way to go out, though.
And made 60 and it still showed us why he Kobe.
Exactly.
And you got Kanye there. You got Hove there. Steve Stout there. You got everybody there. Jack there. Everybody there. And to deliver on that stage in your last game,
right?
That's different, man. I don't care how many shots he shot.
Man, even the game when he scored 81, though. Come on, man.
And he could have kept going.
He could have kept going.
He sat down and said, recipe for tomorrow.
No, you know what it was? I think that was his grandma's birthday. And that was the age she was turning. Or something like that. Something according to those lines. Don't get me wrong, but I think that's what it was or something like that.
See, but that's dope. Even with the 60, what people don't know, that's why I love Kobe. The difference, what people don't know is, if you hear Kobe talk about his dad when he first started talking about playing basketball and how he played for a team and went the whole year not scoring points, not doing nothing, and his dad told him, like, I don't care if you score 1 point or 60 points.
Right.
I'm going to love you regardless.
Exactly.
And it's documented. This ain't no made up shit. You go back and find this on YouTube. I found it.
Right.
So for him to talk about that and then end up hitting 60 his last game, come on, man. That guy different, man.
Right.
Like the guy different, man. So share with us like some of your goals that you want to achieve with the school, the program, some of your goals as far as coaching the team, the players. Share some of your goals that you got.
Man, my only reward from this as far as coaching is watching these kids go to college, man. That's my only reward. That's my only goal, is watching these kids go to the next level and graduating from high school. That's all I'm really concerned with. Like I said, it's bigger than the game of basketball. Even though I tell my kids this all the time, basketball brings us together. but basketball bring us together, but my love for y'all is the reason why I'm here. My love for the game, my love for the school is the reason why I'm here. I want y'all to be successful. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have too many positive guys in my life.
Yeah.
It was quite a few guys that deserve their flowers as well that played a major part of my life. Like and I don't want to get off topic, but Coach Coker.
Okay. No, feel free,
Osborn,
man. Shout out whoever you want to shout out.
Coach Coker was one of those guys, man. In a sense, he saved my life.
Okay.
Because he was my father was around, but he wasn't around. All right. Okay. My mom and father was divorced. My father stayed maybe 10 minutes away, and I probably only seen him like maybe 3 times out of the year. You know what I'm saying? And that's hard for a kid growing up. Because when your parents divorce, you feel like it's your fault. You know what I'm saying? You like, man, why my daddy don't love me? Why he ain't here? Why he ain't that? And it's crazy that what I'm telling you right now is the same thing I said at my dad's funeral. Okay. So it's not no lie. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm glad in my older ages of becoming a man that me and my dad fixed our relationship and was able to move forward. So I will say that, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is that, man, this is a bigger calling for me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like God put me in this position to help these kids from my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have people like me, you know what I'm saying, pushing us and stuff like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We'd be lucky to have that type of guy. But I did have one, like I said, a couple coaches that was a lot to me. Coach Carter was one of them. He was that one when I was messing up at school, skipping class and wasn't going to school like I was supposed to. I remember one time I tried to skip out, man, and he whooped my ass. Like, I'm not even playing. This was back in the stages where your coaches could put their hands on you and your mama didn't care.
Those times exist.
Man, I never told my mama this, but that man beat my ass. I didn't skip school ever again after that. I never skipped school ever again after that. But he was one of those guys. He was well-loved in the community. When he passed away, he actually gave me my first high school coaching job. He was the head football coach at Osborn, and he asked me to come on board and be an assistant coach. Man, I could never repay him for the things that he did for me and the avenue that he created for me, because it allowed me to be here where I'm at today. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I never seen myself really being a coach. I always played the game, and I kind of transitioned from football to basketball because of my love for both sports. But I'm here where I'm at because that man created an opportunity for me, and he definitely deserves his flowers. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's definitely dope, because it's like everybody like to just take credit, say they did everything on their own, they did this, that. But when you can shout out the people who really put you in a position to be successful, that's more of a man.
Yeah.
That's more of recognizing, like, hey, this person helped me. I did have some help. It wasn't just me by myself. Whether it's one person or 2 people.
Man, look.
You got to shout them out.
And I tell people all the time, man, I'm not the greatest coach. The reason why I'm at and I've been successful all these years, from middle school to high school, is I learn from every coach I come in contact with. Yeah. I never feel like I know too much. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? When you get complacent and start feeling like you know everything, that's when you stop your growth. You know what I'm saying? But I'm never satisfied with what I know. You know what I'm saying? I learn every single day. I could be on YouTube and learn something new within 5 minutes. Be like, you know what? I'm going to use that at practice. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what's been a lot of my success over the years. Yeah, definitely. Those guys, like, it's been quite a few guys, you know what I'm saying, that really created an avenue for me to really do what I love. So I really do appreciate those guys. Most recent, and I just told them this on my post when my first year anniversary as a head coach came up, Whitell Henry over at Warren Lincoln.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He gave me an opportunity to come over and be the JV head coach over there.
Shout out to him.
Continue my high school basketball career. And, you know, it was just by the grace of God that Osborn reached out and they told me to come on home.
And then that's beautiful.
So when they told me that, it was like, how could I not take it?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You know, they asked me to come home. I'm from this neighborhood.
Yeah.
I already coached at the middle school right next door. It's like, you know, you telling me to come coach the high school, giving me the whole program. There's no way I could not, you know, take that.
That's dope.
And then, like I said, that I took over a team who only won 1 game the year before. So to even get to winning 11 games is like a big
that fast though. Like your shit happened like that. Like
it came up real quick, and you know what? We could have did a lot better. Had we, you know, we had some things that happened in house. You know, you always got a couple kids that may become ineligible because of grades and everything like that. And it's kind of hard on a high school coach when you don't work in the building.
Yeah.
To maintain everything the kids do. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, we had a successful season. And then, like I said, we got our first playoff win within 5 years, you know what I'm saying, in the school that didn't have one. So it's always a great thing when it comes to that. So, you know what I'm saying, I can't complain.
Yeah, so before we wrap it up, I want you to do this one thing, and it's a big thing because, and I'm not gonna act like I created this. I saw somebody. I think I'm gonna shout my guy out. Do you watch Colin Cowherd?
Yeah. Yep.
My favorite guy on TV. Favorite guy on TV. Like that's my number one show. I put him before. Like my order is him. Then I do First Things First.
Mm-hmm.
Then I do Stephen A. Then I do Skip and Shannon. And the reason why I got in that order is because Colin is a fucking genius. I can hear him talk about sports all the time. And then even when he's speaking to coaches and players, the respect they give him, the knowledge, they know he's saying what he's saying. Then I got, like I said, Stephen A. is in the league. I respect that guy so much because just the way he carry himself, the way he is, the way he set people up, his whole thing, that's my guy. And then First Things First, I never would have thought they would have jumped in that 3 spot. But shit, they really could be 2. They really 2. But I love Nick Wright and I love Chris Bouchard. I love my man who funny.
I like them too.
My man funny, though. I forgot his name, but he funny. I love Jenna. I love Nick Wright. Nick Wright is, I never thought he would be that guy he is on TV right now.
Exactly.
And then I love Skip and Shannon. My only thing would draw them from being second or first is because much as I love Skip, he makes me want to turn it at times. Like it starts feeling like it's scripted and you just doing stuff to be doing it.
Exactly.
Because like the hate you got for LeBron and Dame and certain players. My thing,
you can't be really biased.
You biased. He terrible biased though.
Yeah, he hate them guys.
Like, and then like because if I said like person, Shannon tied with Stephen A. And Nick Shannon, he tied then Nick Wright after them. But number 1 is Colin. He in the league of his own. But 2, I got a tie between Shannon, Stephen A. and Nick Wright. They in that group, that second tier. But it's just like, Skip, you be saying, it's like that shit, like, even when Shannon be like, Skip, why do you say this about LeBron but don't say it about Brady? It don't make sense.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't.
LeBron is definitely the GOAT of his time.
Yes,
sure.
That's a fact.
What I'm saying? He the GOAT of his time. But I think everybody had a run. MJ had his run. Kobe had his run. LeBron got his. You know what I'm saying? But if we're going to say all time, I don't think LeBron is even close to Jordan. No, I don't think that at all.
To me, it's disrespectful.
I mean, I get it that he made it all these finals appearances and all that. Didn't have really the cast of guys to really make it. Yeah. But you can't get the job done. No. That's on his resume. Yeah. Can't get it done.
And then when did we start celebrating you going and losing? Instead of
we ain't never really celebrated the second place guy.
We got 6 we never celebrated the second place guy.
Yeah, you the second place guy.
So like I was saying before we wrap up, like tell me, look in that camera and give me that pitch that you would give a kid to come to your school over going to Cass or King or wherever school. When you sit down with that kid, speak to that camera like you speaking to that kid and his mother and his father, and you trying to get them to come to your school.
In all honesty, I never really try to recruit kids. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I feel like kids got a place, they already made up their mind where they want to go.
Okay.
But my thing is, if kids want a real coach, if they want somebody to be real with them and really try to help raise them to be a man and show them the right things to do, then I'm the guy that's for you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these coaches use kids for their benefits just to keep up with their records and stuff like that. But my thing is about life. You know what I'm saying? Life and growth. You know what I'm saying? I'm raising these kids to be men.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the most important thing for me, raising these kids to be men and great adults out here in the world. And I know we're getting ready to wrap it up, but my biggest fear is for a kid to fall victim like I did. You know what I'm saying? I was the victim of gun violence and stuff like that. So I hate for one of my kids to go through those scenarios. So I try to help them get to the next level, get out of the neighborhood, because it's more to life than what they see around them. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, 48205, man, there ain't no game. You know what I'm saying? You got to really be cut to be around there, be from there, and even emerge from that. We got a couple successful guys that really emerged from that neighborhood that's doing great for themselves. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is that it ain't where you from, it's where you going. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
And that's what I try to preach to my kids. You know what I'm saying? A lot of kids, oh, coach, we don't get the same things as these kids, and we don't get that, and we don't get this. But at the end of the day, we becoming better men overall. And that's all that I want for these kids, man, realistically.
Well, like I said, man, thank you so much for coming by, and I definitely want you on again. When you get ready to win that championship, I want definitely.
Oh yeah, it's coming, and we might shock the world this year.
Hey man, I'm rooting.
I'm waiting on
you,
a couple pieces, and we might shock the world.
Yeah, I'm rooting for you, man. It's just like I want to just say thank you for joining me, man. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for giving to them kids. Thank you for being a good man. Thank you for being a stand-up guy, man. I
appreciate you having me as well.
On. I appreciate you so much, and you guys, thank you. Check this guy out, man. Coach Osborn doing this thing. Young black man doing this thing. We're going to have him back on. Thank you guys for checking us out. Wow, That's Crazy podcast. We out. See you guys next week. Good job, man.